many love just the ice in the Sonic water alone is worth the trip on that one? Yeah, it's so good. Y'all, I'm excited. This is the fourth week we've been talking about what fear is, and I got a lot to talk about tonight. I don't want to go an hour and a half, so I want to be able to jump right into things. Are y'all cool with me jumping straight into it tonight? You guys ready? You ready to go? Anybody got a journal with them? Anybody want to show some love to their youth pastor? Incredible. Shortest pencil is greater than the longest memory. And to jot a few things down, you don't have to get everything. It'll be up on the YouTube channel later. But just get those main thoughts down tonight. And I know that God can and will do a great work in your life. And so let's pray together. Let's go. God, thank you for giving us this opportunity here tonight. God, we may not have a building, but this is our church. Thank you for allowing each of us to play a part, to play a role in that. Tonight I pray that you would just fill us up with the wonder, the awe, and the fear of you. That we would be motivated because of who you are and what you've done. So God, I ask that. And God, for every person that's within the sound of my voice, in this location right now, or maybe even listening to this on YouTube in the future, God, you are there. And God, speak to their heart, change our lives. You let Jesus say amen? Amen. Amen. How cool is it even the fact that I can even pray that I may be in this physical location, but someone might be hearing this on YouTube a month, a year down the road, and that same God who is here right now will be here in that moment. And that's what I'm talking about when I talk about the fear of God. The fear of God is not this like selfish, self-absorbing fear of what's going to happen to me. The fear of God is He is overwhelming me with who He is. The healthy fear of God is this idea of if you were to really see who He is and what He's done, it would change everything about you because He is so great compared to who you are. God is so great compared to who I am. We've been looking at this moment in history. It was recorded in the year 740 BC, a couple thousand years ago. How do we know the date that this happened? Because the writer, the guy by the name of Isaiah, he dates it in his book. He says, in the year that King Uzziah died. This is found in the book of Isaiah in chapter 6. So he dates it. He says, in the year that King Uzziah died, this is a real moment that really happened in Scripture, that really happened in history. He says, I saw a vision. I saw the Lord sitting upon the throne, high and lifted up, and the train of his robe filled the temple. And above him stood the seraphim. What's a seraphim? Each of these seraphim had 6 wings. With 2, he covered his face. And with 2, he covered his feet. And with 2, he flew. And one called to the other and said, Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of hosts. This whole earth is full of his glory. And the foundations of the thresholds shook at the voice of him who called. And the house was filled with smoke. So my man Isaiah, in this moment, has this vivid reality of who God is. He has this vivid reality of the great chasm, the great gulf between who God is and who He is. And in that moment, he was full of the fear of God. He wasn't afraid of what God might do to him. He was full of fear because he was looking at something that was completely different than anything he could even describe. He was full of the awe and the wonder at the majesty and the character and the greatness of God in this vision. That's the fear of God. It might be called the awe and wonder. It might be called reverent fear of God. It has nothing to do with what God might do to you. It has everything to do with an overwhelming sense of who He is. And you find yourself in this moment saying, you are God, I am not. What did Isaiah in that moment do when he saw this? Because the definition of the fear of God, can we throw that up there? The definition of the fear of God is this: being totally overwhelmed in wonder at the greatness of God. Not only who He is, omniscient, omnipresent, the creator of the universe, but what He's done. That He is love, He is grace, He is forgiveness, He is Jesus. The image of the invisible God, proving the character of God, but also the love of our God. This is what the fear of God is. C.S. Lewis puts it this way. C.S. Lewis is one of the greatest minds to ever help us understand God. He says it this way: in God, you come up against something that is in every respect immeasurably superior to yourself. And unless you know God as that, and therefore know yourself as nothing in comparison, you do not know God at all. As long as you are proud, you cannot know God. My heart for you tonight, my reason for standing on this stage tonight is that I have seen God. I have seen Him. I may not have seen Him with the eyes of my physical eyes, but I have seen Him with the eyes of my heart. I've had a belief that's not just in my mind, but a belief in my heart. And I've seen Him just like as I've seen the wind. I can't see the wind physically, but I can see the effects of the wind. I can feel the wind, and therefore I see the wind. And I have seen God, and I want you to see Him as well. I want you to be full of the awe and the wonder, just like Isaiah, standing before God, completely overwhelmed in immeasurable greatness of who God is. That's being full of the reverent awe and wonder, the reverent fear of God. And that's what I want for us. That's what I want for you guys. And you got to look at how Isaiah responded, because when you get full of the fear of God, like C.S. Lewis was saying, the pride of your own life diminishes, right? It honestly just evaporates, because look at what happens, and look at the way Isaiah responds to the fear of God, this awe and wonder and greatness of God. Check this out. He says, "Woe is me, I'm a sinner. I am lost. I'm a man of unclean lips. I dwell in the midst of a people of unclean lips. My eyes have seen the King, the Lord of hosts." It was a reality check for him. It was that, oh crap, I should have taken this more seriously. I should have taken this way more seriously. I now know that my actions are horrible. I now know that you are God and I am not. I now know that I am a sinner and you are holy, you are perfect, you are everything I heard about in church, you are everything I read about in Scripture, and even more. Because I don't even have words to quantify who you are. But I know what I am. I've messed up. I'm unclean. My friends are unclean. My family's unclean. I told them we are wholly and completely different from who you are. Because what happens when you see God like this, when you see Him in awe and wonder, and you fill yourself with the reverent fear of God, you begin to see your sin completely differently. Because the problem is with our sin is that when you don't have the fear of God, you don't care if you sin. Because it's just actions. A.W. Tozer said it this way, another incredible mind, another great thinker. He says, when men or when humans no longer fear God, they break His laws without hesitation. Well, when you no longer fear God, not a fear of what He'll do to you, but a fear of who He is, you'll just break His laws without hesitation. But when you fill yourself up with the character and action of God, you get to a place to where you are so full of who He is, and you see Him, and it changes everything about you. It changes everything about you. That's why you guys may have heard me preach this before. If you've grown up in church, you've heard this verse a billion different times. It's Romans 3:23. Many of you can probably just say it off the top of your head. For all have sinned, right? For all have sinned. Now, not just you out there and Pastor Jimmy hasn't sinned. All of us have sinned. Every one of us have sinned. But you may not have even understood what the second half of that verse says. And we fall short of the glory of God. You know what that means? If you can picture Isaiah, wee little man, not wee little man, was he? Right? But Isaiah being a little, in comparison to the grandeur and the greatness of God. That is the glory of God. It says the glory of God filled the temple. The greatness of God compared to it's not even in comparison, it's so immeasurably different. That's what it means to fall short of the glory of God. His perfection, His greatness, His wonder, how omniscient He is, omnipresent He is, how powerful He is, how beyond space and time that He is, because He created all of that sort of stuff. And when we sin, because we all have sinned, it's that picture of us and that vision of seeing Him high and lifted up. Holy, holy, holy means set apart, set apart, set apart. He's completely perfect and different than us. And that is where we are. We fall short of the glory of God. And that's why Isaiah was like, woe is me, I'm a sinner. I know, because I'm falling short of your glory in this moment. Glory meaning how big God is, how small I am. I love the phrase in my life. I pray this all the time. And it came from one of these 412 sermons. You are God, and I am not. In fact, if you were there a couple years ago, I sang that song on this stage awkwardly. Because God so moved me in this place, reminding myself, Jimmy, you're not God. This whole sermon series has been born out of the thought of saying, when Harvey came upon our shores and began to devastate our area, I quickly realized I'm not God, because I was powerless to stop it. I could avoid it, we could have predicted as men, but we could not stop it. Only God has the power to do something like that. And I quickly realized that I'm not God. And it put me to this place of saying, how do I help us all have that understanding? Because we need God as much in the calm as we do in the storm. That's the whole point of 4 weeks of me just kind of drilling this into your head. We need God as much in the calm as we do in the storm. And that comes from Proverbs 28:14. Blessed is the one who fears God always. Blessed is the one who fears the Lord always. What does it mean to fear God always? Y'all might think I'm crazy. If you've heard me preach for any length of time, every answer I have to every problem we have is connection to Jesus. John 15:5, Jesus' final sermon before he was crucified, he looked at his disciples and he said, this is the most important thing you can do in your life. Abide in me, stay connected to me, and I will stay connected to you. I will abide in you, and you will bear fruit. Just as the branch is connected to a tree, stay connected to me, and you will have life. He literally says, I will place my joy in you, and you will live this blessed life, this fulfilled life, this beautiful life, this deep, meaningful life. And so, to say blessed is the one who fears the Lord always, is that reminder of, I need to stay connected to God every single day. Because the moment I stop connecting to God, I so quickly fill myself with selfish fear. Because a healthy fear of God is in awe and wonder of who he is. A selfish fear is being absorbed in yourself. What might happen to me? What could happen to me? And so that was a summary of the last 3 weeks. But the story of Isaiah doesn't stop there. And that's kind of where I want to focus on tonight, is what happens next in the story. He sees the vision, he recognizes how sinful he is, right? And then, I got one more thing I want to share before we get to that thing. I'm a little out of order. Can we go to the place to where the seraphim grabs the coal from the altar? Go there. I want to quickly recap that because it's so huge. So he says, woe is me, I'm a sinner, right? And then one of these huge seraphim character angel things, they fly to him, having in his hand the burning coal that he had just taken with tongs from the altar. He is the fire of God, ready to come judge Isaiah. Yeah, you're a sinner. You deserve to die. Here's your punishment. I'm going to burn you with the fire of God. No, that's not what happens. What's he do? He touched his mouth and said, behold, this has touched your lips. Your guilt is taken away. Your sin is atoned for. What just happened? Many times when we have a bad view of God, an incorrect view of God, we think in terms of what might God do to me. If I sin, he's ready to punish me, cast me out, burn me to death, whatever, with the fire of God. That's an incorrect view of God. A correct view of God is to look at God and say, what has he already done for me? Does that make sense? Because this is a perfect picture. God does not come first to judge you. He first sent a Savior in the name of Jesus Christ. And that's called grace, getting something you don't deserve. Because yes, all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. But Jesus was without sin. And he was the perfect sacrifice to be able to give up his life so that you might be resurrected in the newness of life. And so, if you still think that God is out to get you, you do not have the fear of God in you. You have an incorrect view of God. Because God is out to love you. He's not out to get you. If anything, he's out to get you so he can show you that he loves you. He wants to get a hold of you and say, look at what I've already done. And that's the story of the gospel of Jesus Christ. And so you have this vision, it's beautiful, fear of God, amazing. You have Isaiah's response, I'm a sinner. Many of us have been in that moment, I'm a sinner. Then you have God's response to his sin, not judgment, but salvation, forgiveness, and grace. And it's this amazing picture of being full of the fear, the awe and wonder of God, the honest, reverent fear of God, God's action towards us. And then, now I want to show you what happens next in the story. Check this out. So now, Isaiah hears God say to him, whom can I send? Whom shall I send? And who will go for us? And I said, here I am, send me. And God says, go and say this to the people. And the rest of Isaiah 6 talks about the thing that God has asked him to go and do. But look at what happens here, because God says, I'm looking to send you. God says, I'm looking to send you out to the rest of everybody else. I'm looking to send you out, to send you with a mission, to send you with a message. And I've revealed myself. I've filled you with the reverent awe, wonder, and fear of God, so that I might send you out with a message. And what's his response? Now, you got to put yourself in Isaiah's shoes in this moment, in his sandals. I don't know what he wore. You got to put yourself in Isaiah's shoes in that moment. He is in the midst of seeing God in his greatness, recognizing his sin, but his sin being forgiven. And then when God proposes, hey, Isaiah, I'm looking to send somebody out to say this message to the people, which, by the way, is a message of forgiveness and love, and the same thing that he experienced. He said, I'm looking to send somebody to go and tell other people about who I am and what I do. And God in his majesty is looking down at little Isaiah and saying, who will go for me? Now, if you're in Isaiah's shoes, can you imagine that moment being like, nah, I got other stuff to do? No. When you're looking at who God is and what he's done, when you see him in his greatness, when you're full of the awe and wonder and the reverent fear of God, there is not even a hesitation to say, you are God and I am not. And if you want me to go do something, I have not been smacked in the face with the reality. I should have been taking you more seriously before, but now that I have seen you, now that I have been revealed at who you are and what you have done, I am now in that moment of saying, yes, Lord, here I am, send me. I'll go. If you believe in me, I guess I believe in me. I don't know how much I believe in myself, but I believe in you. If you believe in me, then I guess I believe in me. I believe that you think that I can do this very thing, because the very action of saying that I think that you can go means that you have every gift and everything within you so that you might go and do the message. So of course you're going to be like, let's go. Let's go. And that's what I want to encourage you tonight, is that when you fill yourself with the fear of God, that reverent awe and wonder of who God is and what he's done, when you fill yourself with that fear, you want to go. That's my message. When you fill yourself with the fear of God, you want to go. But here's my question. Why aren't you going? Every single one of you in this room, why aren't you going? There has been time after time after time. Now, this is kind of a family moment. If you haven't been coming for a long time, this is not talking about you, but if you've been a part of this ministry for anything more than 3 weeks, you've heard me stand on the stage and say, go and make disciples of all men. And I've told you from Matthew 28 to go and make disciples of all men. I've said from Acts chapter 1 that you have been called to be his witnesses of the resurrection power of Jesus Christ. So go and make disciples, go and be witnesses. I've told you that if you have the faith the size of a mustard seed, maybe the faith the size of a domino, that you can push small acts of faith over, you can push dominoes over, and God will move mountains. I've stood on this stage and I've said, go, go, go. My question is why aren't you going? Because you're not full of the fear of God. And when you fill yourself with the fear of God, you want to go. And if you're not full of the fear of God, you're still full of fear. You're full of selfish fear. And can I be real with you? Selfish fear sounds like this. What if they reject me? What if they think I'm stupid? What if I lose that friendship? What if I don't even know what I'm saying? God, what if I don't know how to talk right? God, I don't know what to say. God, you know what all of that has to do with? A fear of what might happen to you. And you may not know it, but you're operating out of selfish fear. When our God has clearly said, go and make disciples, go and be witnesses, go and push over small dominoes of faith, and he will move mountains. And if we were truly full of the fear of God, we would say, I want to go. God, I realize that you've put the members of my volleyball team on my team for a purpose. I realize that I'm on that basketball team for a purpose. I realize that I'm in that math class for a purpose, on that drama club for a purpose, in that school for a purpose. I realize that you've put me in this place at this time, in this point of history. You are a great God. You could have put me at any time in human history. I could have been there 500 years ago when Martin Luther put his thesis on the door. I could have been anywhere in history. I could have been back to that, whatever. But God, you've put me in a place for such a time as this. If I'm full of the fear of God, I want to go. And that's got to be a heart check for you tonight. Am I full of the fear of God? It should break down your walls of pride. It should kill the fruit of pride, which is those actions of sin. And it should give you the opportunity to say, God, I will happily go. When you are full of the fear of God, you want to go. There's this really cool story in the Old Testament that as Halloween was happening and all this stuff was happening, it reminded me and it blew me away. Let's read this. This is Exodus 34. It's the story of a guy by the name of Moses. This happened right around 1400 BC. So 700 years before Isaiah, and now we're talking, very long ago. 700 BC, as recorded in the Jewish history book of Exodus. And so Moses goes up on a mountain, and he talks with God. And when Moses came down from Mount Sinai, with the 2 tablets of the testimony in his hand. Anybody know what that is? The 10 Commandments. So he comes down with the 10 Commandments as he came down from the mountain. Moses did not know that the skin of his face shone because he had been talking with God. I'm going to read that line again. Moses did not know that the skin of his face shone because he had been talking with God. And Aaron and all the people of Israel, they saw Moses, and behold, the skin of his face shone. It was glowing, and what happened? They were afraid to come near him. But Moses called to them, and Aaron and all the leaders in the congregation returned to him, and Moses talked with them. And afterward, all the people of Israel came near, and he commanded them all that the Lord had spoken with him in Mount Sinai. And when I read this, it all clicked for me. It was like a light bulb went off in my head. We need to be full of the fear of God. And sometimes the only way for the people who do not know Jesus to see the fear of God is to see it in your face. Sometimes I heard it said this way one time. Sometimes the first scripture, the only Bible that your friends will ever read is your life. God, in his incredible glory and his incredible omnipotence and his incredible who he is and what he's done, he has chosen to fill you with his fear, to fill you with the fear and awe and wonder of who he is, to fill you up and send you out. And others will see your face glowing, and others will see him in you and say, there's something different about Bree. There's something different about Stephen. There's something different about Gage and Kaden and Emily and Jenna. There's something different about their face. I don't know what it is, but it is causing me to ask questions about the reality of God. God has given us this opportunity to be full of the fear of God, so much so that our faces are glowing with who he is and what he's done. So here's another heart check question. Here's another heart check moment. When others see your face, what do they see? I don't know if you can see this. It's supposed to be a glow-in-the-dark Halloween mask. It ain't glowing in the dark too much right now. But let your eyes adjust for a second and see if you can see it. All right, turn the lights on. Now, we tried. It's too much? We tried. So the question is this. When they see your face, what do they see? Now, God has given me an opportunity to share his holy and incredible story with others, to go, to be his witnesses, to be his disciples. Are you filling them with the reverent awe, wonder, and fear of God? Or are you filling them with selfish fear? Are you filling them with selfish fear? Here's what I mean by that. It's a fear that it's a face that causes fear in other people. It's a face that, anybody know what this mask is from? Anybody know? Yeah, Jason Voorhees, Friday the 13th. Super scary, right? And back in the day, this was like horror times. And I know all of y'all have like these crazy movies these days, but this was horror back in the day. And the question is when they see your face, what are they thinking? Are you filling them with that selfish fear? Are you filling them with a fear that, in this context, it's a fear of like, man, I'm gonna die, you're thinking of all this sort of stuff. What are you filling them with when they see your face? What do I mean by how do you fill them with selfish fear? Let's put a couple scenarios out there. Number one, when someone talks to you, when they leave the conversation with you, are they thinking about how horrible they now feel? Because of the way that you spoke to them? Because of the way you belittled them? Because of the way you acted cooler than them? Because of the way that you tried to puff out yourself and make themselves feel littler? So when they walked away, they were thinking about how bad they felt. You just filled them with the fear, the selfish fear. Because now they're solely focused on themselves. That's why our words can lead to death. That's why our words are so powerful. Because when they see you, are they walking away from those moments feeling worse about themselves and more depressed about who they are? Because they had an opportunity to come in contact with you, and you used that opportunity to fill them with fear. Or maybe they came in a conversation with you and they had an opportunity, you passed in the hall, you're at the lunch table, I don't know, you're in class, you're in practice, and you were so busy making it all about you that they were thinking, I hope they like me. That they were thinking, I hope I'm worthy of their praise. That they're thinking, I hope they accept me. I hope that I'm cool enough to hang with them. I hope that this person who's amazing, look how amazing they are. Everybody loves them. They have the boyfriend and girlfriend that everybody wants. They have the starting role that everybody wants. They have it all. Look how amazing they are. You're still filling them with fear. Because you're filling them with this selfish fear of saying, I hope they love me. You're filling that because you're so consumed with making your name great. You fill them with that selfish fear. I could go on and on about what it looks like but the question is what do they see when they look at your face? What do they see? Are you filling them with that selfish fear? The fear that has to do with what might happen to me? Or are you filling them with that reverent fear of God? One of my greatest prayers that I pray, and I ask God, is that when someone comes in contact with me, when someone has the opportunity to speak with me, that they leave that conversation thinking about you. That at every moment, that if they see me, they see you in me. Because Jesus, you have said that you are the light of the world. Jesus himself says, I am the light of the world. Darkness will not prevail against me. But then later, after making the point about he is the light of the world, he goes on to teach his disciples in the book of Matthew. He says it this way, now I'm saying this, you are the light of the world. A city on a hill cannot be hidden, nor do people light a lamp and put it under a basket, but they put it on a stand. They don't hide the light. How many of you are hiding the light? You come to 412, but you hide the light tomorrow. You hide the light on Friday night in the locker room. You hide the light. But no, you don't do that. You put it on a stand. You put it on a pedestal, and it gives light to everyone in the house. And in the same way, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good works and do what? Give glory to your Father who is in heaven. What's glory mean? Glory means the fear, the awesome, reverent wonder of who God is. God says, you are the light of the world. What do they see? Because here's the reality. Your face glows. There's no option C. It's either option A, your face glows with the glory of God, or option B, your face glows with selfish fear. You gotta be honest with yourself. What am I doing with what God has given me? You gotta be honest with yourself. Am I a light? When people walk away from me, John the Baptist is the cousin of Jesus, and he actually was born a little bit before Jesus, and John the Baptist had these amazing followers, dozens and dozens, hundreds of people following John the Baptist. And you know what John the Baptist did with all of that following? He said, "Behold the Lamb of God," pointing to Jesus. He is the one who takes away the sins of the world. He took the opportunity and the influence that God had given him, and he reflected the light of Jesus Christ. One of my favorite passages is Acts chapter 4, verses 10 through 12, where it talks about Peter and James, and they saw the lives that they were living, and they said, surely these men had been with Jesus. And the question is when you come in contact with other people, when you come in the influence and you get to have a conversation with other people, what do they see in your face? Do they see the glory of God? Do they see the hope and the peace that has transcended all of the things of Harvey and all of the circumstances of our lives? And they see that you have a strength that goes beyond the strength of this world. You have a hope that goes beyond the temporary things of this world, that goes beyond the temporal and is eternal. And do they see that? And does it cause them to wonder? I wonder who God is. I wonder what is different about them. Surely they must have been with God. Surely they must know something. And then they ask you, and then that's the opportunity for you to go. I love this analogy. The analogy of the moon. There's a huge moon out there tonight. If there's not cloud cover, you'll see it when you go out. And here's the science of the moon. The moon does what? Reflects the sun. Did you know the moon in and of itself is powerless? When the moon is just on its own, it's dark. The moon reflects the sun. We, as followers of Jesus, we're like the moon. But we reflect the Son of God. We reflect the Son. And every single day, I hope that is a picture. Every time you see that moon, I say that to my children all the time. Look at the moon, it's shining. God created the moon. The moon reflects the sun. We are to reflect the Son of God. And if we would remember this incredible truth, that God wants to use you, that God has chosen, and is all wonder. He wants to fill you up. That's why, again, everything goes back to connection to God. If you fill yourself with fear, it's like this didn't glow too bright, right? Probably because it was made weird and it's scary. And it was like $2 at Spirit today. But we need to stay so connected to Jesus that we go to school glowing in His glory. We need to be so full of who God is and what He's done that we go to school reflecting the light of the sun. And so the question is here tonight. Go ahead and stand. I'm done. That's pretty much it for tonight. Here's this question that I'm posing to you tonight. Are you full? Are you full of that awe and wonder of God? Are you so full of who God is and what He's done? Have you even taken time to read through your scriptures? Have you taken this experience seriously? Have you taken your small group experience seriously and say, God, fill me up with who you are and what you've done. Fill me up with that wonder and reverent fear of God. Fill me full of your glory. So that I leave here glowing the light of your sun. So that I leave here glowing the light of your sun. Tomorrow I'm going to wake up and I'm going to connect to you. Connect to Jesus in a bunch of different ways. His word is the central way of connecting because that's where we get everything from. But beyond His word, you have music that reflects the word. You have creation that reflects the word. You have all sorts of different opportunities, relationships that reflect the word. You have friendships that connect the word. You have mentors that connect to the word. You have all these different opportunities to be so connected to Jesus that you walk into your school reflecting the light of the sun. The question to ask yourself is, tomorrow when I go to school, what are they going to see in my face? Will they see the glory of God? Will in some way they see God in me? Or will I continue to live like many other teenagers live, filling others with fear based on popularity. Do you like me? Do I like you? Are we friends? Are we cool enough for each other? Performing for each other to win each other's acceptance. All being focused on me. Or can we be the people so full of the fear of God that we glow? That we are like Moses. I tell you what, if this group of people were to go to school tomorrow like Moses, and they said there's something different, what is different? And then you, full of the fear of God, speak about the good news of Jesus Christ, revival would break out in this city. But it starts with us filling up so we can glow up. Is that a thing? I don't know. And this is really cool the way this is timed. Because one of the easiest times to invite someone to 412, one of the easiest times to invite someone to 412 is next week at the bonfire. Free gumbo, huge bonfire, worship under the stars. You can tell music under the stars. Like, it's going to be beautifully decorated, lots of fun, s'mores, all sorts of cool stuff. Come to the bonfire. And at the bonfire, we will be sharing the story of Jesus Christ, just a simple gospel message as we worship. But it can't just be, hey Jimmy, you're the pastor, you do everything. You need to fill yourself up with who God is and what He's done, so that in any moment you are ready to tell them about the wonder of God, to tell them about who He is and what Jesus has done. Amen? So here's the question. If you're full of the fear of God, we've already knocked pride out the door. We've already dealt with our sin. And tonight, we're going to start commissioning some missionaries to Southeast Texas. We need some missionaries to Hardin Jefferson High School, junior high. We need some missionaries to Westbrook. We need some missionaries to Hampshire Connect. We need some missionaries in this place saying, God is here tonight saying, who will go for me? God is here tonight saying, who will go for me? Anybody? Is there anybody here? Who will go for me? God is here tonight saying, who will go for me? Anybody? I got a few hands. Anybody want to go? Anybody want to get out there and share the gospel? Anybody get out there and invite someone to 412? Anybody want to get out there and be so full of the glory of God that they see Him in you? Let it be so, Lord. Let it be. Let me pray for you. God, fill us with who You are. God, may we see You. God, reveal Yourself to us. God, draw us to Your scriptures. Draw us to Your word. Draw us to healthy relationships. Draw us to relationships that point us back to You. God, would we be faithful with the opportunity that You've given us? You're already drawing us by even being in this room, but may we be not just hearers of the word, but doers also. May we be a fully balanced follower of Christ. May we be a fully balanced follower. Hey God, will we stay connected to You? Oh God, give us the strength to be connected to You, so that we might be full of the wondrous fear of You. Motivated by what You've done. Motivated by who You are. God, just as I was a young man, answered the call. God, would there be so many people in this room who You would grab a hold of their heart the way You did mine, and that we would go as missionaries to our schools. Whatever school it is, God, we would go as missionaries into our workplaces, our work environments, our classmates, our extracurricular activities, the sports team or the drama team or the music team. God, whatever it is, God, send us. Here we are right now. If that's your heart, before God, raise your hand and say, here I am. And don't just raise your hand if you don't mean it. But if you mean it tonight, raise your hand and picture yourself like Isaiah saying, here I am, God. Send me. I may not have it all together, but You've taught me, God, that the only qualification to be sent is connection to You. So God, as I stay connected to You, here I am, send me. God, help me to be reminded that the only qualification to be sent is to stay connected. So here I am, Lord, send me. God, help me to be so full fill me up, God, so that I might pour out into my high school, pour out into my junior high, pour out into every relationship that's around me. God, I'm serious. I want to know you.